Hello everyone, welcome to Amazin Wrestling. I'm Jeremy, aka Big Amazing, and I'm going to be doing a prediction video for Summerslam 2019. If you enjoy wrestling and hear me talk about wrestling, give me a like, subscribe, share, and I'm going to be producing a whole lot more of these videos in the near future. They may take a while, but I will get them done. So starting with the card, we have a really good card going for this SummerSlam this year. And honestly, there's a lot of matches on here I actually want to see myself. So the first match is the Bayley versus Ember Moon match. I'm not gonna say that I'm not a Bayley fan. I love Bayley. Bayley's great. But her championship run has been kind of at best. And I mean, she cashed in on Charlotte a few months back to become the women's champion, and that's great and all. But I mean, it's just like, since she won the championship, she hasn't really done much. So, having Ember Moon come in and challenge her for the championship, actually I think is going to do her a little bit of good. Now, do I want her to drop the title to Ember? I'm still kind of on the fence about that one. But, I mean, it wouldn't really hurt Bayley to drop the title to Ember Moon, but it would probably actually do Ember Moon a whole hell of a lot of good if she was to win the title at SummerSlam. We'll just have to wait and see how things go. Second match will be Finn Balor versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has been off of TV for a really long time. Finn Balor within that time has won the Intercontinental Championship, has, done all types of stuff. And, having Bray come back against somebody like Finn Balor, and Finn Balor has a pretty good SummerSlam record. I mean, yeah, his first SummerSlam, he sort of, tore his rotator cuff. But, I mean, hey, all water under the bridge. He's bounced back 1,000 times better since then. Having Bray Wyatt go up against Finn Balor, I really do believe, is going to build Bray Wyatt back up. I feel Bray Wyatt has lost a lot of that mystique that he had when he first came onto the scene in WWE, the main roster. And, it was probably due to just bad booking. I'm just going to come out and say it was probably just due to bad booking. And I mean, Bray Wyatt is a really good wrestler, a really good storyteller. And man, he's pretty much a monster on the mic. Finn Balor, very same. Came over from Japan. He's won the NXT Championship, Universal Championship, Intercontinental Championship multiple times. And I mean, this match is going to be a high caliber match. It should not fall flat. So, as far as who's going to win, I want to say Bray Wyatt is most likely going to win this match due to the fact that Finn Balor may be taking some time off after this. And if he does, he'll be gone for a few months or so. So, they'll probably just have Bray Wyatt go over Finn Balor and, send him off. So, next match will be Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon has been taking a lot of screen time from superstars. And it's like, I see this storyline that they were going here with, Shane McMahon, doing everything that he's done. He's been in the spotlight more than, let's say, Apollo Crews. I haven't seen Apollo Crews in months. Let me see. The Ascension. I have not seen the Ascension in months. I mean, all these superstars, these NXT hopefuls that they have coming from NXT to the main roster, and then you have Shane McMahon fighting with The Miz, tag teaming and beating up on the Usos, and so on and so forth. And now he's become a monstrous heel that everybody has grown to hate for the simple fact that we see him every day. So, Kevin Owens is... I kind of see where they're going with this here, because Kevin Owens is trying to be a modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nobody's going to be able to replace Stone Cold Steve Austin. But having Kevin Owens use the stunner, little, nostalgia ride, just, take a trip back down memory lane, Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon. SummerSlam, we got Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. So, honestly, if Kevin Owens is to lose, he is supposed to quit WWE. I really don't see that happening. So I'm pretty sure that Kevin Owens is going to go over Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's going to lose the match. Hopefully takes off for a while and we don't see Shane McMahon for a good period of time. So our first major championship match, Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Now, the Kofi Kingston, ride has been honestly awesome. It's been great. I've always wanted to see Kofi Kingston become WWE Champion or World Heavyweight Champion if they had not got rid of the big gold belt. Now, Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton do have quite a history. And with most of those, Kofi Kingston has literally, I want to say he's lost some of those matches with, Randy Orton. But the thing is that this is a different Kofi Kingston, as well as a different Randy Orton. Now, Randy Orton has become champion multiple times, has won every championship there is to win. I'm not going to say that Kofi Kingston should lose this match, because in retrospect he really should. But then again, having Randy Orton lose the match and Kofi Kingston go over Randy Orton won't hurt Randy Orton any, because he's already an established star. He's already won the title 14 times almost. No, it's 13, but you round it off. It's not going to hurt Randy Orton to lose one match to Kofi Kingston on one of the big 4 pay-per-views that they have in the year. So, in hindsight, telling this story about how Randy Orton doesn't respect Kofi Kingston, thinks he's stupid, all this good stuff from way back in the day. Kofi Kingston has been on a high that I'm not sure he's going to come down off of for a while. The fans are still behind him. He's got the championship. He's pretty okay. The New Day has all the championships on SmackDown, except for the Intercontinental Championship. But, that match should be a really good match. And, I haven't seen Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston wrestle in a really long time. So, it's going to be exciting to see what type of show, what type of match that they can actually put on. Because the last couple of matches they had were pretty good ones. Except for that one that Kofi Kingston botched, which led to the whole stupid thing in the ring. So, moving on to our next match, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg. Okay, so I know that Goldberg has taken a lot of flack about what happened in Saudi Arabia against The Undertaker. I understood what had happened. I noticed it as soon as Goldberg's head hit the ring post. He was concussed. he was never going to be able to finish that match. He tried, and yeah, that probably wasn't one of the best ideas, but I mean, you know what? What are you going to really do? To me, they're having Goldberg do this match with Dolph Ziggler as part of maybe like a let's save yourself type deal. And it's just like, you don't want to sit up here and go out, have a last match, and have your last match being, you know, the worst match that had ever been put on. Where both superstars were sloppy at best, I guess you would say. But Dolph Ziggler is a workhorse. I love Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, honestly, I feel does not get his due. Dolph Ziggler, I want to have won the championship many times. He has not. He is, okay, a 2-time world champion. That's fine. But the last few years, he should have had won the championship several times over. He has not. And I'm not sure if it's just, you know, they feel that he's just not there. He hasn't reached his full potential, so on and so forth. He's on this whole rant that it should have been him. Blah. Okay. Having this type of caliber match with Goldberg, I feel may hurt Dolph Ziggler a lot more, considering that he's been having a lot of matches and hasn't really been winning too many of them. And it's just like, you know, you're really going to sit up here and throw this guy into a match with a legend like Goldberg, and it's probably going to end up being a squash match. Goldberg, spear. Goldberg, jackhammer. 1, 2, 3. That's not really going to help Dolph Ziggler any. I want Dolph Ziggler to become WWE Champion, Universal Champion at some point. But with the way things are going, it's not likely going to happen. And it kind of sucks. Plain and simple. That's just my personal opinion. You guys may disagree. So, next match will be Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. I love it when legends do come back. Aside from that whole Goldberg thing I just talked about. I do love it when Hall of Famers come out of retirement and they're having that one last match. Trish Stratus, I mean, to me, Trish Stratus retired really early. She retired really early. I believe she was barely turning 30 when she retired, back in 2007. I believe she had a good couple more years in her, but I mean, she wanted to go off, start a family, all that good stuff. And you know what? I couldn't be any happier for her. She's a Hall of Famer. She is the first 7-time women's champion of her generation. And then here comes Charlotte, who is the queen of virtually all of WWE at this point. And you have to really take into consideration, Charlotte is now a 9-time women's champion. And she has run roughshod over everybody. And when I mean everybody, I mean she's beaten Becky Lynch. She's beaten Sasha Banks. She's beaten Bayley. She's beaten the Bellas. Everyone. So, I mean, having this match, this is more like, I want to say, an attraction match. Because it's just like, it's one of those, what if this legend faced this current superstar? And it's actually a pretty good matchup, I want to say. These girls, these women are pretty similar in style. You know what? They're not, well, I'm sure you guys know what I'm trying to get at. But it's going to be a pretty even match, I want to say. So, as far as, you know, who wins, I want to say Charlotte is going to most likely win this match. I'll be really surprised if she doesn't. But, I mean, most of the times when a lot of these type of matches happen, the current superstar kind of wins. So, moving on to the next match, we have the actual Women's Championship from Raw Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Natalya, she was kind of lost in the shuffle for a while. And, I had not seen her wrestle until a couple weeks ago when they were doing the whole number one contendership, and she won. So I was just like, oh, cool, she's back. This mean streak she's on, she's needed that for a while. And I mean, making this match a submission match, good lord. You're going to have Becky Lynch, a submission, tactician in her own right, go up against Natalya, a submission tactician from the Heart Dungeon. Well, there's going to be some sparks flying on that one. So I really can't wait to see this match. But if I had to put my finger on it, I want to say Becky Lynch is going to most likely retain the Raw Women's Championship by submission, obviously. And not for nothing, because Natalya is good. She is great. But I know that they probably want to have Becky Lynch keep this title just a tad bit longer. And she's been doing a really good job. People are still behind her. She is still the man. I don't think she will not ever be the man. So, hey, we're getting there. Then we have AJ Styles versus Ricochet for the United States Championship. I love the fact that AJ Styles has finally got back officially with the club. That should have happened when the club first came to WWE, but it did not. AJ Styles was a champion at the time, doing all types of stuff, and you know what, it just wasn't in the works. Ricochet won the title, obviously, and having him go over Samoa Joe and then get beaten by AJ Styles, it's kind of weird to me, considering that AJ Styles and Samoa Joe went to war and AJ Styles had always beaten Samoa Joe. And it's just like, Samoa Joe probably could have retained that championship and then faced AJ Styles for it later. Or they could have did a triple threat match and, something like that. But then again, I wasn't really, disappointed with the outcome, so we're good. Ricochet is an awesome wrestler, though. I commend this guy. He can do a whole lot of stuff that I don't see a whole lot of other people doing, and I kind of like that. AJ Styles, I've been following AJ Styles for a really long time. Watched all his stuff in TNA, the couple of things he had going in WCW, and then the whole time he's been with WWE. This guy has been, just like his name intends, phenomenal. And, he's going to most likely win the Universal Championship again at some point, or not again, but at some point, or the WWE Championship again. And you know what? They couldn't pick a better champion. Speaking of which, we come down to Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. Oh, before I forget, last match, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Most likely AJ Styles is going to retain. Just call it a hunch. Brock Lesnar, champion, versus Seth Rollins, challenger. We all know how this match is going to go. It is going to be literally suplex, 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 F5, 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 1, 2, 3. Okay, they have done a really good job in the past with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar facing each other to have this be an actual match. The thing that I feel is that I know Brock Lesnar is most likely not going to ever go back to UFC. I'm fine with that. But if you're going to put a championship on somebody, they should be around a majority of the time, not just around when they want to be around. If that's the case, they need to put the championship on someone who is a full-time wrestler. Now, whether or not Brock Lesnar is going to retain the title or lose the title at SummerSlam doesn't really make too much of a difference, because I think, Seth is kind of coming down from his little, hot streak. And the thing is that, I would want Seth Rollins to win the championship again. Yeah, I do. I would want Seth Rollins to win the championship again, because there are a lot of other matches out there that Seth Rollins could have with better superstars than with Brock Lesnar. And as far as I'm concerned, Brock Lesnar should not really be winning the championship if he's only going to be around 3 or 4 days out of the month. Like, you need your champion to be around. But, as I already said, I do believe that Brock Lesnar is going to retain the championship, then he's going to take off for about 2 months. So, that is my video. That is my predictions for SummerSlam 2019. If you guys like this video, again, give me a like and subscribe. And, I jumped the gun. I totally forgot. The Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak versus Oney Lorcan. There we go. Honestly, I'm going to admit right now, I haven't seen much of 205 Live. I have watched episodes here and there. So, with this particular match, I believe it's probably, going to be a really fast-paced match. The Cruiserweights are always quick. I do like the Cruiserweights. And, the Cruiserweight Championship is a championship I thought that once they got rid of, they was never going to bring back. But when they did bring it back during the Cruiserweight Classic that they had a few years ago, it was cool. And they've had plenty of champions over the last, few months since the Cruiserweight Championship has been, introduced. And Drew Gulak, I saw a couple of his matches, and he is, technically I saw when he won the championship from Tony Nese. Pretty solid match. I really like that match. Oney Lorcan, I saw him in NXT, and I want to say he's a pretty stiff wrestler. He's pretty good. I like him. This match should be pretty hands-on. Should be really brutal. I wouldn't use the term brutal, but more or less like what's the word I'm looking for? Let's just say hard-hitting. We can go with that. So, again, the winner of that match, I want to say maybe Drew Gulak is going to retain. I would like it if Oney Lorcan was to win the championship. It would be his first, and I mean, usually guys that win their first championship can run with it and, they'll be good. So yeah, I'm saying Drew Gulak in that match, but pulling for Oney Lorcan really. So that is my prediction video. If you like the video, give me a like and subscribe. And hey, let's see what SummerSlam entails. Until next time.